Welcome back or welcome to our channel. My name is Danny McGee of Damn Good Vegan, and I am going to show you how to make this creamy mushroom Alfredo pasta that's sure to satisfy those taste buds and fill your bellies. So stay tuned for the recipe. So let's go ahead and get into this recipe. But first, I did want to let you know that you can find the full recipe down in the description. And also, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content, because we are sharing all things dairy-free, vegan, and family-friendly, plus more. We're gonna make the sauce first, but while we're doing that, I wanna have the pasta boiling, so I'm gonna put that on the stove behind us. I have a box of linguine that I'm gonna add to a pot of boiling water and cook according to package directions. For our vegan Alfredo sauce, we're gonna need cashews that have been soaking for about 4 hours, 1 can of coconut milk and some water, garlic and nutritional yeast, some lemon juice, and salt and pepper to taste. So in a high-speed blender, we're going to use that to make our sauce. Using a strainer, I'm going to drain off the water that I used to soak the cashews. Then I'm gonna add the cashews right into the blender. Next, I'm gonna add in some garlic cloves, nutritional yeast, 1 can of coconut milk, and you also want to make sure that your coconut milk is full fat. I'm gonna save this water for the end after I start blending it, because really the extra water is to achieve the desired thickness of sauce that I want. So I'm gonna wait until after I blend to use the water. Using my citrus juicer, I'm going to squeeze the juice of half of a lemon. And then I'm gonna salt and pepper to taste. So just a few cracks of pink Himalayan sea salt. I can always season more at the end. A little bit of black pepper. All right, now I'm going to blend. All right, I blended this on high for about 30 seconds, and let me check. Okay, it has a pretty thin consistency, and that's perfect. I'm not even gonna add any extra water. So now I'm gonna put the sauce to the side while I prepare the mushrooms. So now that my space is clean, I'm gonna go ahead and check on my pasta, give it a good stir just to make sure nothing's sticking. For the next part of this recipe, we're gonna need our shiitake mushrooms. I've already washed and cleaned these. We're gonna need 1 onion, need some oil that you prefer to cook with, and today we have grapeseed oil, some pepper and salt to taste, along with some thyme. All right, I have my cooktop heating up, and I'm gonna be using a large skillet. While my pan is heating up, I'm going to slice up this onion. I'm going to take off the tops and the bottoms and then cut it in half and peel off the extra skin, the top layer of the skin. Then I'm going to dice this whole onion. To get hotter, I'm going to also prep up my shiitake mushrooms. Oh, there's the timer for my linguine pasta, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So we've got the pasta noodles off, And I want to get back into these mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are such a great option for replacing chicken in meals because of its texture. It has a nice stringy texture. Like once you start cooking with it, it's got a nice mouthfeel to it. So we're just gonna slice it up. Just like this. Of course, you can always buy it pre-sliced, but because shiitake mushrooms are a bit more expensive, if you want to make it a bit more affordable, buy them whole and slice them yourself. Okay, because I think the pan is probably just hot enough, I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. Let that heat up. And then by the time we're done with slicing these mushrooms, we'll be ready to start putting our onions in the pan. And if you prefer a different mushroom, you can absolutely go with that. If you would like to, you can do really any mushroom in this recipe, so feel free to make it your own. All right, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and add in our onions. And then we're gonna stir these and cook them until they are translucent, and then we will add the mushrooms. Have some escapees. All right, it's looking good. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and add in our shiitake mushrooms. I'm gonna stir this and cook it down for about 5 to 7 minutes until the mushrooms are nice and tender. It's been about 5 minutes, and while the mushrooms were cooking down, I did a little bit of cleaning up so we can prepare for the next step. But these mushrooms are looking perfect. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add some seasoning. First, some thyme, a little black pepper, and a little more salt. I don't want to add too much salt until after I have tasted it with the pasta sauce, because we did salt that as well. All right, perfect. I grabbed our sauce and some fresh parsley that we're going to use at the end. And also I have our linguine noodles nearby. So I'm gonna first add in our sauce directly into the pan. Okay, and then give it a good stir. If you feel like at this point your sauce is too thick, remember that water that we had? You can add some in right now. If you feel like it's perfect, no need to add any more. There we go. That is looking delicious. This smells so incredible. I love the creaminess of this sauce. The cashews are really what did it. Also, the full fat coconut milk added a lot of creaminess to this. So this is a perfect replacement for the traditional Alfredo sauce that uses dairy ingredients. Now I'm gonna grab the linguine pasta. Okay, in my colander, I strained the linguine pasta that I just cooked, and I'm gonna add that right into this dish. Let me grab some tongs. Oh, and actually you could turn off your sauce right now and just mix in this linguine pasta. Then of course, if you wanted to use a different type of pasta, feel free, you don't have to use linguine. Just get the sauce well incorporated with the pasta. This smells so good. This is so good. Alfredo used to be one of my favorite dishes that I used to eat before I went vegan. So finding a vegan alternative was so clutch. Now I have a little bit leftover pasta that I could add. Now if you want to have this stretch a bit and you do want to add all of your pasta, then you can take that water, add some water to just thin out the sauce just a little bit, not too much. Once you mix that in, then you can add in the rest of your pasta noodles. This side. Swirl that in. And now you have a wonderful dish that is awesome to share with a large family of 4. You definitely enjoy eating this together, served with maybe some garlic bread or a salad or both. You can even bring this to a potluck. This is a great dish to share with others. All right, perfection. So now we're gonna go ahead and plate it up. First, before I start plating it, I do want to take some of this parsley that I have and dice it up so that I can use it as a garnish. All right, so let's go ahead and make a plate of this amazing pasta. All right, and then I probably want to make sure I get some mushrooms on in every bite, so I'm gonna grab a few out of the pot. All right, now that it's plated, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of parsley just to garnish. This looks perfect. I'm gonna clean this up and then I'll be right back to give this a taste test. Now it's time to taste test this deliciousness. Let's see. All right, looks like it got a little bit of everything. You get a mushroom. All right. What I love about this is the mushrooms. Now, let me tell you, I did not like mushrooms before I went vegan. I actually hated them. I wanted nothing to do with a mushroom, especially if it was a whole mushroom. I usually could do like a cream of mushroom, but a whole piece of mushroom, I didn't want any parts of it. But since going vegan, I've definitely learned that there was more than one variety of mushrooms. There's hundreds of them. And that depending upon the dish that you're making, you can find a mushroom that can give you the texture to replace the meat alternative that you were choosing for that dish. And so for this, the shiitake mushroom is perfect. It is very delicious. The creamy texture of the sauce is on point. It tastes amazing. My goodness, my goodness. And if you're worried about like the coconut standing out with the seasoning and all the other flavors, the coconut milk doesn't stand out in this dish. Yeah, it's very good. So be sure to grab this recipe. The full recipe is in the description of this video. And also for more dairy-free, vegan, and family-friendly content, also be sure to visit our website at Afro-Vegan Society.org. Thank you for tuning in today.